Hey everybody, it's Travis. How we doing today? That's great. Alright, what do you see behind me? Well, that's my new toy. That is my Aplus lift from apluslifts.com. It is the MT1500X. And the reason why it's the X is because it has the extensions. If not, it would have just been this and then that front extension, but enough about that. What I'm doing is basically just getting a little mini review of this. There's going to be two different ways I'm going to be filming them. I'm going to be filming it with my camera, the main one which you see, and the other one on my phone. Just because this one does not like really doing anything but being way back. Close-up shots, it's kind of a little bit blown out. So I can do tighter close-up shots better with my phone camera versus using this one. This is my little monster that does real good. But what I was going to talk about is this. This is the manual that comes with it. It gets shipped in 3 pieces. Big long box, wooden box, a cardboard box that holds the extensions, and then another box that will hold the little jack that I'll show you guys later. Now, with that being said, this thing weighs roughly about 400 pounds. I had it shipped to a shipping and receiving place. If it was going to be shipped to the house, it would have been an additional $75, and then on top of that, there's no promises that we would have got it off safely off the trailer. So instead I went ahead to the shipping yard that's up in Mooresville and got it there. That's another story. Anyways, it came in undented, damaged, perfect. Just the way I wanted. Dealing with the guys on eBay's where I purchased it, I actually paid for it up front instead of using anything else. It was a great deal. Can't pass it up. With the nice things that you see. It has the extended ramps that you see down there, then the extensions right here, and then inside is a jack. Normally it's like 125 to 130 depending on whatever. The jack will basically like the old scissors jacks on the car. It'll hold up to 1,000 pounds, and all in all, it has been a great thing. Now, here we go. Unboxing it. Yes, you better have at least 2 to 3 people or one hellacious strong wife. Luckily, I got the strong wife. Got it home. It comes in upside down. That's another thing. So it doesn't come in where the wheels are on the ground, you knock it and you can roll it out. You're going to basically have to flip it up on its side, flip it back over, and use the wheels to go ahead and deal with it that way. It is pretty easy to deal with, though, when it's on its main wheels that are sitting right there. All in all, it is a little awkward, a little cumbersome, a little heavy. The instructions are fairly good. Not really anything out of the ordinary. Then on top of that, the only assembly you have to do is slide these on, slide the poles that go through, slide the cams on there. You got 3 of them, and you're pretty much, and then that you can, your extended stopper you see right there, it could go with the extension. The plate is sitting over there next to my 4-wheeler, but this is the wife's 4-wheeler. This is her little beast, and it's awesome. Okay, now what I'm going to talk about for a second though, I'm going to shift gears. What else can this be used for? Before I purchase anything, 9 times out of 10 it has to go through a pros and cons list, and it has to serve at least 2 purposes before I purchase it. Now, some people say, well, that's kind of weird. Well, it is, because there's been times that I've purchased things, I've only used it once or twice, and I've handed it off to family members, giving it away, because I don't use it no more, don't need it. Now with this, it's going to serve at least 2 to 3 purposes. One, I do a lot of odds and end lawnmower work during early fall, or actually early spring and mid summer. I get a lot of lawnmowers, 0 turns, riding lawnmowers, push mowers, what have you. And this one little thing right here, I'm getting tired of working on the ground. One, you get older, you get tired of working on the ground. So now I can raise it up to 36 inches, and now it's right there. It is air compressed controlled, so if you've got an air compressor that's got you at least 100 psi, it'll lift it up with no problem. There was a video that I saw recently that a guy, oh, it can't do it with a pot. Well, nobody wants to use a pot because pots don't give you enough CFM to push it. So if you have a regular stand-up like I do, I have the Cobalt Silence, and it's a straight up 26 gallon tank. and it punches out at 4.5 CFM at 90 PSI, I don't have a problem. It lifts it right up. When it was naked, nothing on it, not the four-wheeler, put the four-wheeler on it, it was easy. So, in the short of it, the thing is what I'm going to use it for will be my own zero turn that needs to have some love done to it because it had a hellacious year. But on top of that, the room is unbelievable. It's 48 inches wide, and it goes up to, if you add the extensions, it's 128 inches long. Now without that extra extension, it's 84. So that's a great deal. If you wanted to work on lawnmowers, you add the extension, boom, you're good. You can take these off. The nice thing about these compared to a lot of ones out there, and this is the other saving grace, is if I decide if I'm going to use that central spot for zero gravity and everything, so tip, doesn't have it, and you can see me pushing on her. She's pretty stable, and I'll show you in the videos later on. But anyways, the nice thing is these can be flipped upside down, so they can be parts trays. So if you're working on something and you want to put a part here and here and here, and you're afraid you're going to knock it off, well, that little thing right there upside down will work perfectly for you. And you don't have to do both of them. You can just do one side. That's a great bonus. That was the other thing I liked about it. The cons, dealing with it, the one thing I did notice was you better be mindful of the lock at the bottom, because it can give you a false sign if it's just dangling there, and when you come down on pressure, it can give you the false sense it's locking, and the next thing you know, it pops out, goes to the next detent, and you pretty much have a hellacious pucker effect. Okay. Now, the other thing I don't like is, you'll see the controller sitting over there. Okay, it's a great controller, and got a problem with it. The problem is the controller is on that side. Where the hose is and everything, you can't spin it. It doesn't have a nice universal neck on it, so you can bring it over to this side. It's actually stemmed out and pointing that direction. So you really can't bring that over here because that's where I like to work. So I have to, if I've got to move it up and down, I got to go back over there and then come back over here and make sure that everything's okay so I can work on it. So it's a little bit of a pain, but it's something you can deal with. The paint job's okay. It's a paint job. But like I said, 1,500 pounds. Most of the stuff I'm going to be lifting will be anywhere from 600 to 700 for the lawn, or for the, for the four-wheelers. But when it comes to my zero turn weighs 800 and something pounds. So it ain't going to be no problem for her to be on there. And it's actually less width and length. Yeah, it's actually just that much shorter than the wife's Polaris here. The nice thing is about this is that I can also take my other, and I ain't gonna lift it because I don't want to throw my back out, but I can use my other ATV lift, the one that goes up under here. That's the one I normally use, but I got tired of it because I'm still working on the floor. But if I want, I can slide it up under there, lock it down, lift it up. I've got all the wheels I can take off. I can do everything else, or I can use this one scissors jack, lift up the front or lift up the back. It just depends on what I'm going to use it for. But all in all, it's a great little thing. I'll set the link possibly for where I got it from on their eBay link. So anyways, what I'm going to do next will just basically walk you around and show you the little ins and outs underneath the control arm, just little stuff here and there. And then hopefully if you've got any questions, maybe I can answer them. If not, but is it a good investment? Yes, it is. It's a great investment. One, I no longer have to lay on the floor. I can sit in my bench if I decide. I can raise it any level I want, and I can work on it comfortably while sitting my butt. Or I can use it to go ahead and do a full teardown, and I can raise it and elevate it. If I needed to go back to the ground to get to the top, I can do that. I can do anything I want. If I want to roll it around, I've got two big cast steel wheels, and I can muscle man it over here, take the ramps off on the back, which is a nice thing. So let's say you got a tight spot. See those ramps right there? You can take them right off. Hook right off. Put them off the side. Now you got your whole bench, so you don't have to worry about whacking yourself into the ramp. Unlike that thing right there would wake you up if you hit it. But anyways, all in all, it's a great investment for anybody that has a garage that does lawnmower work, four-wheelers, or if it's your own. If you're tired of laying on the floor, I recommend them. I mean, it's really been a great thing. I've only had it a little while. I love it. I ain't had a problem with it. Comes with a year warranty. The people that I've communicated with when I was getting it shipped were great. Frank, this is a pitch out for you. These guys were great, and cleared up any confusion there may be, any problems. They were great. So next stuff we'll see, it will be the walk around and underneath and just the little stuff. And let's get rolling. Okay, here it is in all its glory. Just basically taking you around. You'll see the ramp. Now it's hooked up. That little orange panel comes out. That's for like if you need access. And also it's part of the motorcycle extension stuff. But you'll see down there, there's the scissors. I've got it just kind of propped up underneath the four-wheeler that came with it. Okay, now let's go down. Okay, you see that the lock system is right there. You can collapse it and you can put it up to where it'll be locked up in here. There's a little metal tang. It'll hold it in place, so if you need to go up and down until you find your spot, this works. Comes on nice little rollers. They're really smooth. I recommend after you get in it and you operate it a few times, go ahead and re-grease it. It's got Zerk fittings. There's your piston. It sits in there for your actuating up and down. There's your wheels. But all in all, it's very simple and it's very easy to work with. So the one thing is this extension bar that you see right here, the stabilizer. You have to put it together, but it's real easy. It slides right on in. But like I said, these, you just pop them out, slide them off, put them to the side, and you can start working on motorcycles. Unless you want to leave them on there, and then you flip them up, flip them in upside down, and then you make them into a nice little parts thing. So, all in all, this has been a great little investment for working on my four-wheelers and lawnmowers and everybody else's crap that I'm going to be getting this year. But that's about it. I hope oh, and there's the hose for the actuator. I just got it laying up here right now. But, of course, you press down, sends it up. Press this, it takes the air pressure out. And then after a while, after the head pressure goes, then you'll notice the stand will go down on its own. Okay? A lot of people would think, well, if I hit this right now, no. It doesn't do anything. It just goes ahead, opens the valve, lets the air come back from the line and come out of there. Okay? So, but like I said, you can't really change it. I'm trying to see if I can, yeah, there you go. Now if you look, ow, that orange thing. Okay, see where it sits right there? You can't swivel. So that is a big pain in the butt. Also, when you get this out of the box, and like I said, it's going to take a couple people, don't hesitate to call your friends, your neighbor, anybody, because it is awkward. But it comes in those 3 boxes, and don't try to lift the boxes. But if you've got a way, drag it to the garage or the trailer or whatever. But this is the nice little manual that comes with it. You can even download the manual if need be. But it's basically nice. The do's and don'ts. The safety warnings. How to assemble. You know, read before. How to build the vise. It does come with the bike vise. Mine is kind of sitting over there. I ain't even gonna put it together yet. But comes with a nice exploded breakdown. And let's see. Oh, and then of course your warranty information. Now it will have up here on the front, there's your actual serial number. Okay, so if you're looking for it, that's it. But all in all, like I said, I recommend it. It's a great thing. And if you got any questions, then think I can answer them, go ahead, let me know. All right, y'all have a great day.